Hi everyone, welcome to our Thursday program. This week is flying by. Particularly bad air in Bangkok this week. I think that's really starting to get on the nerve of a lot of people, and there's certainly going to be a lot of chatting around the government about exactly what they can do, what tangibly they can do for this forthcoming season. We'll get to some of the air pollution problems later, but the big story yesterday was about the death of this Taiwanese tourist and the treatment, or the treatment he didn't get, at hospital. Thai PBS World says possible changes loom for hospital following death of Taiwanese tourist. The Health Services Support Department will propose, well, that'll be today, that the Public Health Minister file charges against a private hospital for refusing emergency treatment to a seriously injured Taiwanese tourist who died during transfer to another hospital. According to the law, a hospital must provide medical treatment to an emergency patient until he or she is out of danger, in line with the professional capabilities and the type of facility. Violators of the law are subject to 2 years imprisonment or a fine of 40,000 baht. A lot of people commenting yesterday that that fine is far, far too low in relation to a human life. And a lot of people saying, well, he didn't have health insurance, or complaining about that. I mean, the guy was critically ill. His insurance had nothing to do with the fact that this private hospital had an obligation to take care of him. Let's go further. They're also checking whether the National Institute for Emergency Medicine will determine whether the hospital should be charged with breaching the medical standards for assisting an emergency patient. And the penalty for that violation is 100,000 baht. And well, at least in the media, it's been named as the Vibraham Hospital. I alluded to it yesterday. Some people didn't get the irony. The Taiwanese tourist was the victim of a hit-and-run incident on December the 8th. He was found unconscious on a road in the Patanakan area and rushed to the nearby Vibraham Hospital by a rescue unit. The hospital allegedly refused to treat him because he was a foreigner, forcing the medical unit to take him to a state hospital, which was about 10 kilometres away. He died en route. Well, they're not going to get away with that excuse. Oh, he was a foreigner. I mean, that's outrageous. And more follow-up from Thai PBS World. Taiwan seeking answers over hit-and-run death in Bangkok. And Taiwan's foreign ministry has instructed its representative in Bangkok to investigate a car accident in which an injured Taiwanese tourist was allegedly denied medical treatment by a hospital and died while being transferred to another. And rescuers rushed Chen, this is the Taiwanese gentleman who was still alive, to a private hospital only 500 metres from the scene of the accident. Staff there allegedly refused to admit Chen despite his severe injuries because he was a foreigner. He was a foreigner. If this is going to be the official excuse from this private hospital, I'll be going up to Bangkok to the Vibraham Hospital. I'll be knocking on some doors and just asking a few questions. And Chen's death came to light after a Taiwanese media outlet posted the story online, which spread to Thailand. It's reported the police have arrested the 51-year-old driver who drove away instead of helping Chen. He was allegedly intoxicated. Well, while you're at it, you can go and arrest the supervisor at the hospital. I think their conduct in this particular case has been reprehensible. And just to follow up on that story, the Thai Public Health Minister has also said that he's ordered an investigation, stating that a hospital cannot deny medical treatment to an emergency patient, foreigner or otherwise. And Cholnan also admitted yesterday that the incident could affect the confidence of foreign tourists visiting Thailand. And since Thailand is a major tourist destination for Taiwanese holiday makers, the government must take full responsibility and demonstrate publicly that it will solve the problem and prevent a reoccurrence. And just another dickhead in the comments section yesterday saying that if he'd stayed with his group, this wouldn't have happened. Completely missing the point. Now, another bit of follow-up, and I suppose this is just a bit of background, to the Chinese Tik Tokker who posted that video about Nana Plaza. Didn't make many people happy, but just some background. reported in airinewsnow.com since learned that it was republished from a CNN travel article. And it's entitled Chinese Influencer Charged in Thailand for Breaking Visa Laws After Video on Women's Safety Sparks Backlash. And Thai police are taking legal action against a Chinese social media influencer for allegedly flouting visa rules days after she came under fire for a video she made that portrayed a popular Bangkok nightlife district as being unsafe for women. Well, I won't go into many more details. You know that story, but let's go into some background on this. Wang has a combined social media following of more than 3 million people. She mostly posted on Douyin, China's version of TikTok, as well as some Western social media platforms that are not available inside China. And in the video, Wang suggested the area is unsafe for women as she films what appears to be several Western men looking at her. The clip went viral and was perceived by many in Thailand as criticising the country's image and over-exaggerating the danger. I think we can all agree that she was over-exaggerating the potential danger. And Thailand's efforts to win back lucrative Chinese tourists have been complicated by perceived safety concerns that have filled Chinese social media this year about visiting Thailand, fueled in part by rumours and fears that claimed travellers could be kidnapped and sent across the border to work in scam centres in Myanmar or Cambodia. And despite rolling out a series of incentives over the past year, like visa-free travel for Chinese tourist arrival figures are still way down, according to Gary Bowerman, a leading Asia travel and consumer trend specialist. And he said, you're looking at a young, more conscious demographic, less mass travel groups that gravitate towards personalised itineraries that allow them to pick and choose what they want to do. Well, there has been a massive evolution of the Chinese outbound tourism industry. And he's right, yes, these are all FIT, well, a lot of them are these FITs, free and independent travellers. And they're spending more than any other tourist coming to Thailand at the moment, on a per-day basis, given that they do usually stay for a lot less time, usually from 2 to 4 days. And Chinese travel influencers, he adds, are especially powerful because of the way China's tech sphere operates. And Thailand has some of the world's strictest criminal defamation laws, and tourists have previously found themselves in trouble for posting unvarnished views online. In 2020, an American man was briefly arrested and detained for 2 days after a hotel complained about a negative review he wrote on a travel site in a case that generated widespread media coverage. A well-publicised case. I'm sure there's plenty of others that don't reach the media spotlight, but that one certainly did get a lot of attention. And just finally, he says, before the pandemic, Thailand recorded 11 million Chinese tourist arrivals in 2019, and in 2023 they hope to reach 5 million. At the end of the day, Thailand needs Chinese tourist money, and the government would definitely be concerned about a Chinese tourist doing a vlog like this that gets massive attention from other Chinese travellers. That's definitely not the image they want. So just some follow-up and analysis, and that article originally published on CNN Travel. Heading into some other matters on this Thursday TNT, and Nation Thailand reporting Thai officials seize 1.5 billion baht worth of meth pills in record bust on Myanmar border. That's a lot of money. I wonder how many pills that is. Kanchanaburi police and troops on Tuesday seized an estimated 50 million methamphetamine pills in what's thought to be Thailand's biggest ever haul of meth. And it happened at the Kanchanaburi's Tongpapum district at 3:30 p.m. on Tuesday. Officials noted that the 30-year-old driver appeared intoxicated. He was asked to take a roadside urine test, which registered positive for drug use. And checkpoint personnel then began searching the truck's cargo and discovered packs of meth pills hidden in the garbage bags. And the officials estimated that about 50 million pills were hidden among the garbage. And the price of meth pills in Bangkok is around 30 baht, meaning that the total haul was valued at around 1.5 billion baht. The seizure ranks second in terms of Asian meth busts, beaten only by 55 million meth tablets confiscated in Laos near the Golden Triangle. Reported by Jeremy Douglas, who's the Southeast Asian Regional Representative for the UN Office on Drugs and Crime, and he said that criminal gangs working with ethnic armed militias were flooding Thailand and countries beyond with methamphetamine produced in Myanmar's Shan state. And narcotics production in Myanmar's Golden Triangle has risen sharply in the wake of the 2021 coup, which plunged much of the country into chaos and conflict. So just another way that Myanmar's problems are spilling into Thailand. And there's also a lot of forest fires in Myanmar which blow into Thailand, just part of what's causing this current problem. Cowsod English saying that breaking Bangkok Governor Chadchat said late Wednesday he'll take 48 hours to decide whether to recommend people should work from home due to the worsening level of PM 2.5 microdust particles. And Cowsod English's Prawit Rojanapruk, who's an excellent journalist, he wrote his own little comment, "Dear Bangkok Governor, by then it will be Friday evening. You really need to work harder, think outside the box, and spend less time doing Facebook Live." So take that, Bangkok Governor. And just a comment about the photo there, it just looks like a bit of a grey tile. Well, in fact, that is the skies above Bangkok yesterday. You can even see down the bottom there is in fact a bit of a building, but a bit of a damning photo. To some more coverage on this issue from BangkokPost.com, PM urges action on PM 2.5. Again, urging action. I think it's about time we actually had the action. Bangkok is facing a critical surge in PM 2.5, prompting urgent action from the government. And in an interview at the Sustainability Forum 2023, the Premier said he was fully aware of the pollution problems and had arranged a discussion with related sectors regarding control measures. He said if one company imports corn from Laos, and we know they import from the farmers who set fire to their farmlands after harvesting, we'll collect tax from that company. We plan to use the money to support our Stop Wildfire project and support farmers who don't burn their farmland after harvesting. Well, how the hell are they going to backtrack all that? That sounds almost impossible. Regarding the differentiation between the measures in the capital and Chiang Mai, the Prime Minister said that since plantation burning impacted pollution in the central region provinces, he'd ordered the related officers to take care of this matter as well. And then the Minister of Natural Resources and Environment said he'd ordered the Pollution Control Department to work on tackling the causes of pollution. So I tell you what, the time for talking is over. It's time to actually do something about it. It's a clear and present danger to millions of people's lives. I mean, if I had anything to do with it, I'd be getting one of those old DC-10 water bombers, ringing up the farmers as they're burning the sugarcane, saying, "You got 24 hours to put that fire out, otherwise we'll do it for you," and then flying over the next day and just dropping a shitload of water to put those fires out. Thanks for joining us, and please subscribe to the channel. Moving on to some more topics, and this is sort of a bit of an analysis from Thai PBS World about the Thai economy at the moment. Thai economy navigating a maze of challenges. It goes into a lot of depth, but I thought I'd just pick out a few issues. A good sign for exports. Exports seem to have finally turned the corner, rising 8% in October, expanding for the third month in a row. So been a bit sluggish with exports, but it looks like it is starting to pick up. And leads into the next topic, tourism rebound not high enough. And Thailand is expected to receive a total of 27 million tourists this year, within the TAT's target of 25 to 28 million. The country's been heavily dependent on export and tourism revenue. Then moving into the digital wallet scheme, which is one of the promises made by Per Thai during the last election campaign. And down the bottom there it says, uncertainty, however, shrouds the scheme, and there's even the possibility that it may fail to get approval from Parliament or be blocked by the Constitutional Court for violating the Constitution and the State Fiscal and Financial Disciplines Act. So that 10,000 baht being given out to all Thais above the age of 16, it's looking pretty fragile at the moment. Meanwhile, the OECD has published some forecasts. GDP growth in the US projected at 2.4% this year before slowing to 1.5% next year. And then speaking about the euro area, saying its GDP growth is projected at 0.6% in 2023, rising to perhaps 0.9% next year. And China is expected to grow at 5.2% this year and then drop to 4.7% in 2024. So you might think, oh wow, China's growth is still spectacular, but those numbers are quite a long way down from some of the GDP growth it experienced over the past decade. And just checking the US dollar against the Thai baht today, it's currently just a tad over 35 baht to the US dollar. And we can see since the start of December there, the value of the Thai baht against the US dollar picking up in the US dollar's favour. So Americans coming to Thailand are getting a bit more Thai baht at this stage than they were 2 or 3 weeks ago. And thank you very much for dropping in on our Thursday TNT, whipping around Thailand and some of the main news stories. And happy to report, looking out at the Andaman Sea, that it's absolutely flat calm. And we've got a gorgeous sunny day of about 31 degrees on the way. And going to this story in nationthailand.com, Thai cuisine ranked 17th in a list of 100 best cuisines in the world. And it's been ranked number 17 by tasteatlas.com, and it features recipes and food reviews from critics around the world. In top position is Italy, then Japan, then Greece. And Taste Atlas said it's recorded a total of nearly 400,000 dish ratings and around 115,000 food product ratings. So it looks like there is quite a lot of mathematics and science that goes into the preparation of this list. Based on these ratings, the top 50 food items for each cuisine were extracted, and the best related cuisines in the world were ranked according to the average ratings of the best rated dishes and food products of each country. So there you go, that's how they do it. Let's check out the list. There you go, the top 10 are Italy, Japan, Greece, Portugal, China, Indonesia, Mexico, France, Spain and Peru, listed as the top 10 cuisines in the world. And you can search through and find your own particular country if you want to see where it ranked. But Thailand, they're just below the USA at number 17. In relation to US food, having visited the United States many times, I would have said it's high on quantity, but not necessarily quality. Let's try and find, there it is, Australia right down there at number 50. And let's see the worst cuisines in the world. We've got the Bahamas, Dominican Republic, Wales and Ghana. But you can check out that list in more detail at nationthailand.com. And with that, I thank you very much for dropping in today. Please subscribe to the channel, and we look forward to seeing you again for the last day of the working week tomorrow.